What's up, YouTube? This is Brandon and Gary here, Third Rate Duelists. We're going to go ahead and do a Banlist prediction. So this is more or less kind of a mix on what we think should be banned and what we think Konami will do. So kind of bear with us as our opinions here. So just let us know what you guys think. Let us know if this is kind of content you guys want to keep seeing. I know YouTube's kind of oversaturated with like Banlist predictions and stuff, like, you know, like CMO, Team Sam. It's Banlist season, so, you know, we're going to go ahead and jump on the hype train. We got Brandon Gibby here from our locals. Go ahead and make a guest appearance. He's one of our local players. He's, you know, pretty decent for a Prank Kids player. And so we're going to go ahead and let him sit on the video. And we're going to have a little bit of a discussion while we do this. So this might be a little bit of a longer video. As I said, let us know in the comment section below if you guys like this kind of content. If you guys rather just stick to deck profiles because we're retarded. We don't know what we're talking about, maybe. I don't know. Let us know.
But before we start, we don't have video editing, so bear with us.
Yeah,
we can't put the cards up.
Yeah, we can't put the cards up. We're working on that, looking into some like video editing tools that we can get on our laptops. That way we can start making better videos for you guys and like maybe put the cards up like Simo and Sam and all of them do. But for now, you get to listen to our beautiful voices. So we'll start with banned. I'm going to start with the Phantom Knight Rank Up Magic Launcher. So that card needs to be banned in the sense that like Azathoth and Caliuga are, yeah, kind of degenerate, but they're not the problem. Like, the problem is playing, like, Azathoth on the opponent's turn. And so Azathoth by itself is, like, not the problem. It's the rank up magic card. So, like, playing Azathoth on your turn to, like, kind of safeguard your plays is a good thing if we're not in an FTK format. So right now we're not in an FTK format, so it's not like you're going to see Azathoth to kind of keep you from hand-trapping them to finish their FTK. So at this point, I feel like Azathoth can stay. But if it gets to a point where people are making Azathoth over and over again to kind of secure an FTK and hand traps don't matter, then yeah, Azathoth should go. But at this point in time, I don't think so. I think the rank up spell is the issue because, as I said, playing those cards on your opponent's turn is what sucks. And then, well, I'll go ahead and let Gary do the next one.
Why you gotta let the Guard Dragon player do this one? Dark Matter for one, or either Goliath or Sloth. Like, Dark Matter, Brandon's words, it's only as good as the card you send. But everyone sees that card is the problem because you're sending all three cards, or you're sending Goliath, you're sending Archbrave, and you're sending whatever else to further your play. I don't want that to happen. That's just me. Or Goliath. Take Sloth for all I care, just because I don't play it. But they are degenerate. Yeah. Like Archbrave, summoning them on your opponent's turn, locking everybody out of the extra deck except Warphage players.
Yeah.
Who
Like,
plays that?
yeah.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. He plays. Fuck. Anyways, like I think Konami will ban Dark Matter.
They will.
That's what I think will happen
Since it's in the OCG, guaranteed almost.
Yeah, because so Danger Thunder Dragon are using Goliath to kind of like seal the deal, and it's kind of a gross lock. I don't think Dark Matter is the problem. Like what Gary said, like I think Dark Matter is only as good as the cards that it sends. So I think they should address the problem cards like Goliath and Sloth. That's just me personally, because that way Dragon decks can still have Dark Matter kind of try and set up their plays, but it's not doing something degenerate like summoning Goliath on the opponent's standby phase to lock them out of the extra deck. What do you think, Gibbs?
So, I actually do agree with you about the Dark Matter. It should stay. I think it should stay at one.
You guys.
But we gotta hit Goliath and Sloth in.
Yeah,
we have to.
You kind of have to hit the cards that lock the opponent out of hitting the extra deck. So like personally, like my personal opinion is I don't think Scythe should be banned because Scythe only does it for one turn, as to where like Goliath and Sloth or until they're out, until they're gone. Yeah, while they're on the field. So like after the next turn, Scythe is just a 2200 beat stick. Other than that, it's really nothing.
Most decks can out that.
Yeah, but like Goliath and Sloth is like, oh, as long as they're on the field, you can't play the extra deck, so you're locked out of a very much needed, like a very big game mechanic. You know, for as long as those cards are on the field, you're locked out of this game mechanic that almost every deck needs. So that's why I feel like Goliath and Sloth.
Except Monarchs.
Yeah, except for
Lair.
In Lair. Okay, yeah, alright. But still, like, you're locked out of a very big game mechanic for most decks. And that's why I feel like those cards are the problem and not the Dark Matter. Then I'll let Gibby take the next one.
Okay, we're going to talk about Phantom Knight Sky Blaster. It's a free token generator. Oh boy.
Yeah.
In 2019, you know, we hit, you know, Black, what is it called?
Scapegoat.
Scapegoat, Gofu, and all that.
Goku, yeah.
Grinder Golem.
Grinder Golem. All those cards are hit. So until
they address this mechanic somehow, like with the tokens, I think they shouldn't use tokens like that. To me, I think they shouldn't. Because, in XYCs, they don't use that.
Yeah. Synchros can't use it.
Synchros can use it.
Can they?
Yeah.
Oh, I learned something new today.
So,
but a token generator is going to be, like, it needs to be put in check before people find a way to
break it.
To abuse it, yeah.
Dangers abuse that.
So then the last one is, I have Scythe on here as a question mark. I think Konami will ban Scythe, but I don't think... So, I don't think Scythe should be banned. That's my personal opinion. You guys might disagree with me, but... So, Scythe is only for that turn, as for, like, Goliath and Sloth or for while they're on the field. I don't think that's as bad, because having, like, a little bit of a stun like that in the game isn't bad. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's not like, oh, like, I didn't straight out lose this game because I had Scythe. Because I got Scythe. You know, I lost this game because I didn't have Ash or the out. Yeah, that happens sometimes, but more often than not, it's like, oh, I had a bad hand, and then the Scythe sealed the game, from my experience. It's not like, oh, this one card solely lost me the game. It's, oh, I had a bad hand, and the Scythe didn't help. You know what I mean? Like, it sealed the deal. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe Scythe should be banned. But, like, you have to play Artifact Sanctum, which is a trap card, which is a slow card. You know, so, or you have to have a way to pop the Scythe off your side of the field, which, you know, unless you're main decking Twin Twisters to, you know, pop it, which would suck. Yeah, like, oh, I'm going to pop my own Scythe, you know, on your standby phase and lose a card just to kind of, like, secure this. Isn't that great, in my opinion? At that point, after that turn, Scythe is just a 2200 beat stick. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks if your opponent has an established board and then they flip the Artifact Sanctum and you didn't have the out, then yeah. But I'm like, on the fence with that. So let me know what you guys think, if Scythe should be banned. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. So that's just it. I'll let Gary go ahead and start with the limited list.
We're going to put Sky Striker in check right off the back. Fuck Kagari, fuck Multi-Roll, and Widow Anchor's a maybe.
So I do think Widow Anchor should be on there. But as long as they hit Kagari and Multi-Roll, I think if they kept Widow Anchor, then I'd be okay with it then. What do you think, Gibby?
So I think Widow Anchor should go to 2. That's just my personal opinion, because I'm a Crinkets player. Because I always summon out 2 Colossus. Somehow they always open up 2 Widow Anchors, and I'm like...
Well, then going to 1 would be helpful.
Yeah, going to 1 would be better. So, like, the reason Engage isn't on here is because, like...
It's only as good as the card
you search. It's like my same opinion on Dark Matter. It's only as good as the card you send. Engage is only as good as the card you search. Which, yeah, like, if you have 3 spells engraved, Engage is an automatic +1 at that point. But hitting those 3 cards and leaving Engage at 3 leaves the viability open for other decks to still play the Sky Striker engine and have that little bit of Sky Striker consistency that they want. And it hurts. So Kagari and Multi-Roll are the 2 biggest offenders in my opinion, because Kagari is the reason you can abuse the snot out of Engage and just keep drawing and keep searching. And then Multi-Roll is it's protection. And it's recursion. Like, yeah, they get banished after they leave the field, but still, like, oh, I'm going to set
4 cards that's going to help me control the board even more next turn.
Yeah, so, like, Multi-Roll I don't think is ban-worthy, but putting it at 1 would be good. And if they hit those 3 cards, I feel like that would be enough to put Sky Striker in check, and the deck would still be viable and playable. And it kind of forces them to play some of the worst Sky Striker cards, but the deck is still playable if those 3 cards get hit. I wouldn't hit anything else, like Engage can stay at 3, as I said. It's only as good as the card you search, which is Widow Anchor and Multi-Roll. So if you hit those 2 cards, then Engage is still a good card, don't get me wrong, but the deck isn't as strong, and then kind of hurts the recursion they have and their means of controlling the board, because Sky Striker is just so good at outgrinding the opponent. And then, so next would be, I'll let Gibby take this one.
Colossus, my good old pal friend.
Yeah, you fucking Prank Kid player. I forgot you play it.
You play the Thunder Dragon Prank Kid version.
Yeah, Thunder Kids. I love Colossus, but he has to be addressed. He's too easy to summon. He is literally, ditch a Thunder Monster. Effect from hand. Summon 1. Tag out.
Yeah. What sucks about that is even if you called by the grave, the activation cost was already still activated.
So they still get the Banished Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can still summon 1. And just
I'm saying, like, I discard a Thunder. I called by the grave it. The discard effect was already activated.
Yeah, the summoning requirement for Colossus is satisfied.
So
that protection too.
Yeah, it's a built-in mistake with protection. So like Thunder Dragon, like Dangerous Thunder Dragon's a big deck, and we kind of tried to hit all of the big decks at the moment. Like Salamangrate's too new to hit right now, in my opinion. So that's why none of that's on here. But the other big decks we tried to hit in like some small way, at least. And Colossus, I feel like is the best way to address Thunder Dragon, because then all of the key engine pieces are still there and the deck's still playable, but they have to play a little safer now because they only have one Colossus. So that's my opinion on that. The next cards are I'm gonna hit the Danger engine a little bit, which I feel like Danger should be addressed because Danger is very degenerate. Like, yeah, I know it helps like slower decks, be competitive. But yeah, like their turns just never end, and it's just never ending for them, which is very degenerate. So the 3 I have here is Jackalope, Nessie, and Snake, because those 3 cards guarantee a summon. Like,
or a search.
Yeah, well, like, so Nessie searches Snake, which guarantees a summon.
Yeah.
So, like, no one plays Jackalope right off the bat unless you have a really bad hand. So, like, okay, yeah, most of the time Jackalope's a guaranteed summon, but sometimes it's not, because if it's the only danger you have in hand and you have no cards in graveyard, it's not. But you understand my point. Those 3...
First one from deck.
Oh, yeah, it is from deck. You're right. I'm thinking of Superpower. Yeah, so yeah. So Jackalope, those 3 are guaranteed summons no matter what. Like, yeah, Nessie, if you discard it, it doesn't summon itself, but it searches Snake or Jackalope, which summons. So those 3 guarantee a summon, which is degenerate. And if you hit those 3, it forces other danger decks to play the worst danger monsters, like, Bigfoot, Mothman, Ogopogo. And so the deck's still viable. Like, the engine's still viable, and decks can still play it, but it makes it less degenerate by hitting those 3 cards. And this also hits, like, Danger Thunder Dragon, because you're hitting, the 3 best dangers. It also hits Danger Oracrus. Oracrus is too new to hit, and, like, it's a good deck. And so hitting those 3 to 1 would slow that deck down some, too, and put a small check on it. So those are why we went with those 3. And then I'll let Gary take the next one.
The Harpy player, also the best card on this list. Harpy's Feather Duster. That needs to go to 1. That or Heavy Storm. Like, hands down, back row removal is a thing. OCG has Feather Duster. Don't know about Heavy Storm, but they have it there. It's not a problem. Plus, Harpy's getting support here soon. More searchable.
They can search it.
And I'm going to be playing the snot out of it, so everybody fire me.
So Gibby brought up a good point about Heavy Storm with the artifacts.
Yes. It got banned for that reason, I think.
I don't remember why Heavy Storm got
banned.
banned.
I mean,
Degenerate, yeah.
But it will help them to summon out more monsters, help them pop more cards during their turn. Like, say if I go second, and I can just set those, Heavy Storm, pop them, get my monsters. Plus, they already have, what's the big blue sword one? At 1. So
yeah, I know what you're talking about. The level 5. I can't remember his name. I always want to say Monolith, but it's not Monolith.
Mjolnir or something like that.
I don't know. The sword that pops a monster.
Yeah, pops a card on the field for
But
free.
now going back to Scythe, then Scythe could go to 1 for sure. Then
Scythe, limited or 1, banned or limited if Heavy Storm comes back. Agreed. I feel like Heavy Storm's the better of the 2 to bring back off the list because of
it's not one-sided.
Yeah, Harpy's Feather Duster is one-sided, just like Regeki is. So it's only the opponent and stuff. But one of those 2 I feel like should come back because it would kind of so it would help against Sky Striker, Altergeist, True Draco back row decks. So it forces decks like that to not commit to some of their plays so heavily and
set 5 pass.
Yeah, it forces them to be a little more conservative with their plays. They're not going to just set 5 pass like Gary said. What if they have Harpy's Feather Storm or Heavy Storm? Now they're going to set 2 or 3. Or find a way to play some kind of protection. Like I know back in the day when Heavy Storm was limited, I was playing Safe Zone Ninjas, and so if the only time I would ever set 5, and I main decked 2 Starlight Roads because I was so scared of Heavy Storm. Everyone had apparently, or maybe only against me, everyone hard drew Heavy Storm. So I would set 5 with the Starlight Road and pass, and then Heavy Storm and I'd Starlight Road it and summon some of the Starlight Dragon for free.
And we can kind of address the new Subterror deck. What's called Guru Control.
Yeah, Guru Control, yeah.
And
but I definitely think one of those 2 should come back. That's just my opinion. Gary had to walk away for a second. He'll be back, I promise.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about Altergeist right now. So we're going to talk about spoofing.
Personal spoofing, yeah.
Yes. I can't wait. Because it's a recurrent card, it helps you search, right?
Yeah, well, it
It
is a
was
search.
starts alternates and plays.
Yeah,
So you can just search for your multi-figure.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then,
And the second it resolves,
You
your
can
play
summon.
goes off on your opponent's turn.
yeah. So
It's a free.
it's essentially a free summon because you're searching multi-figure. So we had to put Altergeist in some form of check here because we've hit all the other big decks. So we had to do a small check on Altergeist. I know it's not really like doing a whole lot in the meta at the moment, but we put 2 cards on the list, which was spoofing and multi-figure. We didn't limit multi-figure because like the deck would still be playable with 1 multi-figure, yes, but it wouldn't have any sort of impact on the game. And I still wanted to be kind of meta relevant. So that's why we put spoofing to 1 and then multi-figure to 2. It kind of hurt the consistency of the deck a little bit. Gary doesn't want to talk about the next card.
Fuck that. I always bitched about that.
Sorry,
had a nosebleed.
So we're going to start with Skull Dread to 1. I know Gary's playing Guard Dragon right now.
Hey, I always bitch and moan that card needs to go to 1 until I play Guard Dragon. Now I'm like, no.
So the issue isn't like, Danger Thunder Dragon or Guard Dragon being able to play Skull Dread. It's being able to play multiple Skull Dreads.
In 1 turn.
Yeah, and drawing 8 cards.
12.
So, like, keeping Skull Dread at 1 allows the card to still be played for those decks, but kind of keeps them from getting too stupid. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
To me, the reason why we should put it at 1, because all it does is supposed to help fix our hands, and not supposed to, here's 12 cards, search in your whole entire deck,
Yeah.
and just put it back and stack your deck. That's why what's called Slash Draw got limited,
Yeah.
and I didn't like that.
Well, Skull D puts them to the bottom.
Which stack.
But it's still 8 cards in a turn if you summon 2 Skull Dreads and 2 monsters.
For
So,
free.
And coming from the Guard Dragon player, that is my extenders. Sometimes I'm like, oh, hey, Skull Dread, help me out here, boy.
yeah. So putting it at 1 allows decks like that to still play it, but doesn't get too degenerate. And then the next card we have out here is kind of like a wild card. I'm not too sure how it'll do, but it's kind of like my take. I think the card should come off. I'll let Gary talk about it.
Kaiser Coliseum. Like, back in the day, everyone would go put 5 ranks on Exceeds on the board. Kaiser Coliseum. Oh, opponent goes 1 monster. Can't control 5 monsters now. So, other than Sky Striker, I feel like that could slow the game down a little bit, because Sky Striker just sits on the 1 monster. But other than that, I like the card.
Yeah, I think Coliseum could come to 1. Like Gary mentioned, like Striker would probably be the biggest instigator of that card, but at 1, I don't like it. Testing the waters here is why I say put it to 1. It helps slower decks out.
Like Dangerous, oh my god.
Yeah, like playing
killed
Kaiser
the
Coliseum on
play.
Dangers, they're kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it would hurt them and slow them down. And Kaiser Coliseum's a floodgate, but it's a situational floodgate in the sense that, like, it's like the reason why I was like, okay, Vanny's Emptiness can't come off the list is because the biggest thing about Emptiness is, like, setting up a board and then flipping Emptiness on the opponent and then, like, I just can't play the game.
Goop game 2.
Yeah. Coliseum, it's like, if you set up a board with, 3 or 4 monsters and play Kaiser Coliseum, okay, the opponent can still play 3 or 4 monsters. So that's why I feel like Coliseum could potentially come to 1, just to see how it reacts to the game. You guys may think I'm retarded. I don't know.
I agree. So,
like, if you guys, let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. You think Kaiser Coliseum come off the list? Because we do. I mean, it's good.
other than Gibby over there.
I kind of agree with that, because I can just, like, activate Bow Wow Bark, have 1 monster left on my field, and have what's it called?
Kaiser Coliseum.
Yeah.
Like,
but at the same time, going second, someone playing that on you, being the prank kid guy,
Oh my
you
gosh.
just scoop game 2.
Yeah. I would.
unless you have the out.
Yeah.
Which is a way to just, like, the out Kaiser Coliseum is just a way to destroy a spell or trap, So, I don't know, it's kind of a wild card. Let us know what you guys think. I think it could come off the list, though. That's just me personally. So, semi-limited, we have multi-faker on here. So, we have spoofing limited and multi-faker semi-limited. As I said, had to do a small hit on the deck, which you guys might not think this is small. It's hurting the consistency of the deck. We had to do some kind of hit on it to put it in check if we're hitting the other decks as well, so that way it's just not rampant. So we put spoofing to 1, multi-faker to 2. The deck's still playable that way, in my opinion. It just hurts its consistency some. Like Pot of Indulgence is out now, so the deck's got an automatic +1 already. So I don't think it'll hurt too bad, but enough to put a small check on the deck. And so I know, like, a lot of people don't think the semi-limited list is
Semo.
like SEMO, yeah. Like, don't think the semi-limited list is relevant. CMO doesn't think it's relevant, but so like my opinion on the semi-limited list isn't to like take things to 2 that are in the game right now that are hurting it. I think it's to slowly start taking things off the list. So a lot of our semi-limited list is to like start to take things off the list and see how it reacts, then maybe they can potentially come off the list. So keep that in mind as we go through our semi-limited list. It's, okay, let's start incorporating these cards back into the game at 3 and see how it reacts. If it makes it stupid, okay, put it back on the list. If it's okay, then maybe bump it to 3 and see how it does. That's just my personal opinion on it. We'll let Gibby take the first one on this.
Okay, E-Tally. Yes, because we need to bring it back because of Teledad days.
No, we're not.
Yeah,
No.
come on.
No, we don't need Teledad days back, but...
What?
We might see Cosmo back.
Like, we don't
Yeah.
see a lot of psychics or...
Oh, we'll see Cosmo back for sure.
Like, 2 of these cards would help Cosmo out. And a lot of these, like, semi-limited cards is, like, cards that, okay, could potentially help some rogue decks that are struggling, like Cosmo. You know, like, oh, they got Dark Destroyer at 3, and the deck still isn't really doing anything in the meta. And their best card came back to 3. So, let's put E-Telly to 2, see how it does. That's my reasoning on that. I don't think it would hurt anything. The next card I have on here, next 2 cards kind of go hand in hand a little bit. Reasoning and Monster Gate. So putting Reasoning to 2 would also help consistency of Cosmo a little bit. Like Ash is such a big card right now that, like, you know,
Reasoning doesn't matter.
Well, it's not that it doesn't matter.
Well,
but
it's just everyone plays Ash.
Yeah. So like Reasoning going to 2 would help Cosmo a little bit. It would help Infernoids a little bit. You know, it could help. Like, I think Reasoning is a good extender in Prank Kids. That's just because they're all different levels. Let's see, what else could Reasoning, like, it could help some rogue decks that kind of rely on Graveyard, like, so I think that card could come to 2, and same thing with Monster Gate. So Monster Gate going to 2 is more of, like, a help to Lair, because, like, Lair doesn't really do anything right now. Like, yeah, it's a control deck, so having Monster Gate for when they go second to go Lair Monster Gate would be good, and I don't think it'd be too degenerate enough that it would just run rampant. Just my personal opinion, and we'll let Gary do the next one.
You want to take it, Gibbs?
Yeah,
you were excited about that one.
Oh, Rekindling. There's a lot so it's about Sound and Great. And they won't really use it because they're not even playing at 1.
No, yeah, like,
They
the
don't
only
have
thing they can bring back is Foul.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, let me know in the comment section below if I'm wrong. Anyways.
Flame Buffalo.
Flame Buffalo, yeah, but like, people are hit and miss on playing that card. I mean, some people are only playing it as a 1, but most people are playing Debug. Like, I think the only 2 cards is Flame Buffalo for people who are playing it, and then Foul. But people are only playing 1 copy of Foul.
The reason why, because the only thing I know of is like Volcanics. I think they can use this.
Infernoids can use it too, because Degatron's 200 defense. It's a fire type.
We might
But
see
so it's not.
Fire King's back. Doubt it, but
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know what the defense of the Fire King monsters are off the top of my head.
a lot of them are
It's
200.
not doing a lot.
Are they? Okay. But yeah, like, Rekindling 2, see how it does.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
It's like a hit and miss in the dark.
Yeah.
And so.
Okay. So then another one we have on here.
Wait, this is Trish, like the synchro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wait, what? When you guys had this fucker? I didn't even know.
That was Gibby's idea.
No,
So-
fuck you, Gibby.
The reason why, because a lot of people don't, like, they only play 1. Like, I don't.
Because it's limited. That's why they
No, like, I don't see a lot of people playing it.
At all?
Yeah.
Hey, I'll throw
At
in
all.
the fucking Wind Witch. I'll play in Harpies. Don't test me, boy.
So maybe Trish could go to 2. That's kind of like a question mark. Like, maybe, see how it reacts. I told Gibby no when we were talking about this.
I didn't even know it was added.
But he brought up a good point. The fact of, like, who's going to play it. I'm like, I'm not really too sure. So if it gets to the point where, like, people can rip multiple cards of the opponent's hand with Trish, then yeah, keep it at 1. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, because I'm not too sure on that one, honestly. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that just, like if we get Needle Fiber, okay, yeah, Trish is going back to 1. You know, but we don't know if we're going to get Needle Fiber, but at the moment, maybe Trish could go to 2, but that's the only thing I can think of is, like, people trying to rip 2 cards out of the hand by playing multiple Trish a turn, but I don't see how that could happen. I might be wrong.
I don't know, because I don't know why you want to play 2, because you're using up your viable extra deck.
Unless you have a Link
Link
monster.
monster.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
Gary brought up a good point, like, when he was talking about possibly starting to play, like, Blue Eye Shaddolls again. He's like, oh, when I first built this deck, when Construct was limited, you know, we had, like, 3 Link monsters. Now we have a plethora of Link monsters and a stupid amount of ways to get them all out, so the deck might be better. Same thing with Trish. Like, people like you can put out Link monsters super easy to play multiple extra deck monsters. So I don't see that being too much of a restriction as to where like I don't just see a way of people to do multiple Trishes a turn right now more than anything. But I might be wrong.
The only thing I can see is maybe Black Wings because they got all that toolbox in them.
They just
Synchro.
boom, boom, boom. Or my Akashis.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, maybe.
I forgot if they were even a thing.
Yeah, but Trish takes one tuner and two non-tuners.
Yeah. So, I mean, it takes a lot of resources.
Yeah. So maybe. We'll let Gary take the next one.
Oh.
2 in a row. Hell yeah. But reinforcement of the army. Other than Striker, this card doesn't really hurt anything. Maybe CE Hero's back, but Hero Lives is gone. So
Hero Lives is a 1, isn't it?
I thought it was gone.
It might be banned. I don't remember.
I don't either.
So anyway,
don't quote us on that.
We got Ash, so
yeah, like Ash is a card, so I think Rhoda can go to 2. You know, like maybe off the list completely, but I would say put it at 2 first, kind of see how it does.
Just because Striker really also.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest worry. So like ninjas maybe would play it.
Dark Warriors,
Teller Knights,
Dark Warrior, yeah, that's still a thing.
Yeah, but it's not really doing anything now that Gumblar and
86
and Rongo are gone. You know they don't. So it would help Goki some. Like people like Goki could play it. So I don't see it doing anything that would change the meta a whole lot. Again, let us know in the comment section below what you guys think. But I think Rhoda's a card that could go to 2 realistically. Like Tellers would get a buff, Constellars would get a buff. No one's playing that deck anymore. I used to back in the day. But Heroes, it would help Heroes. It would help Ninjas. So
just all the good rogue options.
Yeah, it would help some good rogue options. Next card,
Solemn Warning.
OCG's got it at 2 right now.
Yeah, and the reason why we're putting this one other than Judgment at 2 is because the life point cost. It's exactly 15, right?
It's 2,000.
2,000. So, who will play 2 I would say you will play 2 Solemn Warnings and maybe 2 Strikes, but that's like, I think, 65 life points. Yeah.
So 4, and it's 7,000 life points if you play all 4, yeah. But Warning is a card that, Warning got limited back in the day because it was a 1 summon at a time format. Now there's just so many extenders in the game that stopping 1 summon most of the time isn't good enough. So I think that's another reason Warning could go to 2.
And not Judgment is because you can actually resolve all 3
of your Judgments. Yeah, Judgment can keep being resolved. Yeah, and I'm personally not a fan of Judgment because of life point cost, but Judgment is a very strong card. Yeah, so I think
that's why it needs to stay at 1 or back to band.
So, and then another card we have on here is Dark Hole. So Dark Hole was at 2 back in Cosmo and Monarch format. I think it could go back to 2 again, just because
Equalizer.
Slumber and Regeki.
Well, who is main decking Regeki?
No one.
No one. It's a side deck card. It's the same thing with Dark Hole. It's another board wipe.
Yeah.
You know, and board wipes aren't that good in the game right now. So I think Dark Hole could start to come off the list potentially. So we'll start at 2 and go from there. That's just my opinions on it. And then I'll let Gary take the last one on the list here.
Divine Wind of Mist Valley. If this bitch comes back to 2, I'm definitely playing Harpies. Because that card alone just helps spam out, helps speed up all the wind decks because nothing really out right now.
Yeah, I don't know what deck could play Mist Valley that would make it stupid. It would bump the consistency of Harpies and maybe Senjus, yeah.
Senjus didn't even play that card, so
yeah. I mean, I don't see anything out in the open right now that would just make that card stupid busted. It would help with Harpies some. That's about it, I think.
Really, that's only 2 decks I can think of is Troll Senjus and Harpies, and Troll Senjus didn't even play it half the time.
Oh,
got anything on Mist Valley?
Oh no, I don't know that card.
Oh, the field spell that whenever a wind monster leaves the field and returns
the hand,
you special summon 1 from deck.
Of the same level.
So Harpies if you open
Harpy, awesome.
if you open Harpy Dancer and Mist Valley, you got a good combo.
Well, there's not a lot of wind cards really.
No,
it's just Speedroids, but
Speedroids are put in check.
Yeah, those cards especially with Cherubini coming out, those cards need to stay limited.
Yeah,
dude, fuck them. They need to go banned.
Now we've got an off the list completely list here too, so we're going to talk about that. Now there's a lot of cards in the game right now that could come off the list. So this is just a small, even in our semi-limited list, things that could maybe start to come off the list. So we could definitely go into a lot more than this, but this is just our initial take at it. So first off the list is Shrit. Shrit can go to 3. As long as Unicorn stays at 1, Shrit can go to 3. Because Necron is like, it's all getting reprinted. They could use that little bit of consistency bump. It would be nice. So I think Shrit could go to 3. Just me personally.
Gotta bring Bay back. Else you're all kind
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bay needs to come
Yes.
back.
Like, fuck putting it at 2. Go straight to 3. The card's not even doing that relevant right now at 1. So,
Like, you might start to see some Shadal decks pop up like regionals and maybe a YCS with Construct at 3. But Shadals realistically aren't really doing anything in the game. So Construct, I think, could go to 3 too.
Yeah. I love her. I personally fall in love with her now.
Yeah. Bring Bay back.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, Konami, which I doubt it with our 90-something subscribers.
Hey, number 97 is Konami.
Konami, bring Bay back.
Okay, Book of Moon. Like, why is this still on the list? Like, because now we got links. It's running, like...
It puts links into check.
Yeah, because it's an interaction on the opponent's turn to kind of slow them down.
Well,
Like, no one's going to go, oh, I lost my game because of Book of Moon.
Yeah.
I mean...
like, there's no reasons, though. Like, there's zero reason.
All I gotta say is Book Moon comes back and playing Chaos next.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! Anyways. And no one's going to be like, oh, Book of Moon's so broken, I lost my game because of Book of Moon. Like, yeah.
Book of Eclipse is at 3, so...
Yeah.
Book
I mean,
Eclipse is way better.
yeah, that's true. Well, they draw off Book of Eclipse, though.
That's fine if you're just stalling them out.
And Book of Eclipse going to 3 would kind of help against, like, Thunder Dragon because it could turn off a Colossus.
So you guys probably didn't know this. Book of Eclipse, I did this to Braden, and I read Geki's field.
Yeah, like,
Bounding Butler, so...
yeah, so, I mean, like, yeah, like, Eclipse is definitely better in that sense. It's a better side deck card, but Book of Moon can definitely come off the list.
Yeah.
I'll let Gary talk about this next card.
Why? Because you don't want to?
No, I hate that deck.
Fucking Cleve Fort Scout. Come on, B.
No.
You love Cleve.
No, like...
I mean...
Just for you guys out there, I've never liked Cleese. Like, I played against Clee, like, I was playing Shadalls when Clee was big, and, like, I've just never liked that deck. It's just always been the bane of my existence. You know how I got around Cleese back in the day? I would go, and I think I was the only person doing this until it got popular. So, unless I'm wrong, but I'm going to claim this. But I started, in my opinion, the Secret Village of the Spellcasters, a window lock on fucking,
any pendulum
on Cleese. Yeah, any pendulum deck, other than Pen Magicians, obviously. Like, back in the day, oh yeah, I side-decked Terraforming and Secret Village of Spellcasters against Cleese. Because I would just go, oh, Windows Secret Village of Spellcasters, and they just scoop. Like, most time. Like, that was before we got Annoy Attilas, though.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, pre-Annoy Attilas was like, oh yeah, I'm claiming this. You know, because as far as I'm aware, I started this. You know, someone else probably had that idea, but I didn't see it around at the time. But I've just never liked Cleese.
And Scout is just really restrictive of what your pendulum summon, too.
I don't know what its scales are, but Cleese aren't doing anything. Like,
You
Towers is at 3.
You only can pendulum summon Quillfort with him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But the only thing that's going to be playing Scout is
It's
Cleese.
Cleve,
Cleve,
because
yeah,
it
so-
searches another Cleve.
Yeah, like, the biggest issue I can see with Scout going to 3 is potentially Tower
Tower
Turbo.
control.
Yeah, Tower Turbo coming back. But, like, Towers is at 3 right now, and Cleese aren't doing anything. So I definitely feel like Scout could go to 3.
we got full armor, so he's Towers too.
Yeah, it's true, yeah. And, like, and Black Wings aren't any, like, there's
Black
too much
Wings aren't-
non-targeting monster removal right now. And
Yeah, but Towers is unaffected by everything.
Yeah, this is.
oh, yeah,
too.
that's right, it is. Okay, yeah, you guys are right.
Yeah.
So
Well, excuse me, I'm sorry. Again, like, I think Scout could go to 3. And, like, unless Towers Turbo becomes, like, a stupid thing again. But Towers is at 3 right now, it's not doing anything. So I think Scout could go to 3. Excuse me. Next card, Stratos.
I mean-
Stratos come off the list. Like, it doesn't need to be on there anymore.
No. OCD has it at 3.
Does
I-
it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
and it's going to help them like bump up. I will say they probably will win some regionals. I said with this,
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Stratos at 3, I don't see it changing a whole lot.
I think so.
And then,
No.
oh, like,
I
two next one
mean,
gets-
E-Heroes and over in the OCG is running
Yeah.
wild.
Oh, okay. So I saw a Night Silent on the limited list, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are you on here? Like all he does is like flip. Oh, when he's flip, pop a card.
Discarding. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a flip monster back.
And I'm like, why?
Yeah. And I just say, like, come off.
Yeah. We're not in a flip format anymore.
Like, it's just not that great right now. The game's
Yeah.
too advanced. As I said earlier, like, we're kind of in like,
a fast pace.
Yeah, we're in a fast pace. But like, there's a lot of things that could change on the list, and if we were to go over everything, this video would drag on. So as I said earlier, this is like a small combination of things that we feel like could start to come off the list that would help out some rogue. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Night Assailant's not going to help out any rogue. Gibby saw it on there. Was like, why is it on here? Like, well, I'm going to write it on the list. But a lot of the things that we're talking about that we saw on the list of things that could come off that would potentially help rogue decks being played at the moment. Like, if we were to go over everything on the ban list that we feel like could change, we'd be here a while. And you guys don't want that, because my voice isn't that nice. You know, you guys can probably barely tolerate it over the course of a video. But, yeah, Night Assailant being on there, there's no reason. And then Ulti Canahawk, we're going to make Joe happy here. So Joe, if you're watching this video, this one's for you, fam. So Ulti Canahawk come off the list. I don't think it needs to be on there.
Virtual Beasts aren't doing anything.
Yeah, so there's no point for it.
They even got a Link monster. I mean, Joe could probably make it fucking work because it's fucking Joe and he loves the fucking deck. That fucking 16.
Jesus, but Jesus, Gateway. Anyways, so that's all we got.
That ain't even the fucking problem. If we get Great General, that motherfucker's playing that deck.
Oh yeah, he is. He showed me the video. Anyways, we'll wrap this up, guys. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below of our ban list prediction or things that could be changed. As I said, this is like a combination of like things we think Konami will do and what we personally feel. So like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if you want to see Gibby more in our videos. If you don't, whatever, screw him. I'll kick him out. But
I love you, Gibby.
You guys love me too much.
Let me know. Let us know what you guys think. You know, if you guys feel like, oh, hey, some of your guys' choices are retarded. You guys are too hard on some decks, maybe. Let us know. Gary and I are always open to constructive criticism, so don't be afraid to, you know, let us know if we did something wrong or something we could do different that you guys think could potentially benefit us. Like, a lot of the point of the videos when we do deck profiles is, you know, you guys put a lot of feedback and helps us get better, and then we hope we help some of you out as well. So just let us know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to see more content like this, please let us know. We're kind of at a loss what to do. That's why we've gone so long in between videos, is because we're kind of like, we don't know what people want to watch. So please, please, please let us know. I always want to get more subscribers, more people tuned into the channel, but I also want to be there for the people who are already here. So please let me know, guys. I can, you know, try and meet your guys' demands.
Yo.
But this is Brandon with Third Rate Duels, and Gary Lane with the Great Duels. Gibby, oh man.